the celebrity bubble has officially burst, and today, one of music's biggest stars has fallen from grace in the most shocking way possible. The man who once sang about beautiful girls and a life of luxury has been unmasked as a common thief. His final act of arrogance was met with a brutal reality check in court today, as he was immediately taken into custody. This is the story of how Sean Kingston leveraged his fame for a $1 million lie, and how it all came crashing down. The final act of a con man, handcuffed in the courtroom. Welcome to Breaking Celeb News. The day of reckoning has arrived for Sean Kingston. After being found guilty of masterminding a massive fraud scheme, the rapper was sentenced to 3.5 years in federal prison. But the courtroom drama didn't end with the verdict. In a scene straight out of a movie, Kingston stood before the judge offering a final, seemingly heartfelt apology. His defense attorney pleaded for a later surrender date, citing medical concerns. But the judge was unswayed. He saw through the pleas and ordered him to be taken into custody on the spot. Without a moment's hesitation, Kingston removed his suit jacket and marshals escorted him away in handcuffs. The spectacle was a stark reminder of how quickly fame can fade, leaving only the cold reality of justice. A web of deceit, the details of his crime. The prosecution's case against Sean Kingston was damning. According to federal prosecutors, the rapper, whose legal name is Keyshawn Paul Anderson, had a years-long pattern of using his fame to dupe people. They described him as a con man, plain and simple, who was addicted to a lavish lifestyle he could no longer afford. The scheme was simple, but audacious. Kingston and his mother would orchestrate a web of deceit, promising to buy luxury items from sellers after luring them in through social media. They would then invite these victims to one of his lavish homes and make a show of finalizing the deal. But when it came time to pay for things like a bulletproof Escalade, high-end watches, or a massive 19-foot LED TV, Kingston or his mother would send a fake wire receipt. When the funds never arrived, they would simply ignore the victims, leaving them with nothing. The mother's role and the judge's final words. The betrayal goes even deeper, as Kingston's own mother, Janice Eleanor Turner, was also convicted in the scheme and sentenced to 5 years in prison last month. Kingston's defense team tried to paint him as a victim of his own naivety, arguing that he was emotionally a teenager who had no idea how to handle his finances. But the judge saw through the excuse, stating that Kingston was neither intelligent nor naive. The judge did, however, give Kingston credit for accepting responsibility and for not taking the stand to testify, unlike his mother, whose testimony the judge described as an obstruction of the court. The dramatic end to this saga began in May 2024 when a SWAT team raided Kingston's Florida mansion, arresting his mother. Kingston himself was apprehended at an Army training base in California, a bizarre location that only adds to the cinematic nature of his final act. This is the tragic final chapter for a man who had everything and threw it all away for $1 million lie.